Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 219.
It's that time, brother.
Yeah.
My throat was like, nope.
Nada.
It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here.
And we got life today, baby. We have life today. Mr. Patillo, hit us off.
It is, well, I can only be here for a minute.
That's right.
Which sucks. I don't like only doing half the podcast, but
like a quarter.
Exactly. But we are about to head to the hospital and have this baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
Buddy. I had a dream last night that it was a girl.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice. That would be nice.
Okay.
So
I had a dream it was a chocobo. I was like, wow, this is oddly very perfect.
And fitting.
Chocobo. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, the baby watch thing's just been watching a baby inside my wife's tummy. And so
How's she feeling?
awful. No, I'm
Oh.
just kidding. She's feeling okay, but she's just like, let's have this baby now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about it. Let's start being about it.
Yeah,
So, that's all that's been going on. Been home. I don't have my hand bandaged up anymore.
Oh, good.
Well, that's
I
good.
just
Oh, cool.
right. I just cover it when I'm in public.
Out of respect to your fellow mankind.
Exactly.
So is it one of those situations where you're not covering because the doctor said it's fine, you don't need to, or are you like, I don't need it covered, and you're just not doing it?
Well, the best thing for it is time and air.
Yeah.
So you have this weird thing where you want to keep it like bandaged up with Neosporin on it, but that just keeps it
Yeah.
wet and gushy. Gross. But you're supposed to let it scab up,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, so that's what's going on there. It still hurts, but I can kind of type. It's one of those things where my ring finger, the sensation that I get out of it is so weird that I can be typing. I'm like, ticket, SS. And you're like, oh, shoot. Why'd I hit S twice?
Oh,
And it's
nice.
because you can't feel it as good as your other fingers.
That's so
Right.
weird.
And so, yeah, man, it's different.
So it's partial Luke
Uh,
Skywalker.
Exactly.
Just partial, like just a fractional Luke Skywalker hand.
I'm trying to think what even happened this week. I don't even know. But I beat Titanfall 2,
Oh, nice.
finished that
Hey.
campaign. I feel like a gamer again.
Yay.
Like I feel like I haven't beat a game in so long.
Did you know you were near the end?
Yeah, it definitely ramps. It doesn't ramp like Call of Duty. That's the only
Mhm.
thing. Like Call of Duty still has the set pieces on Titanfall. So like when you're playing, it's definitely like, when you play Call of Duty, you'll have an area and you'll be like, oh snap, oh snap. This doesn't really have that.
Hmm.
It has cool parts, but it doesn't have like that jaw dropping. Oh my gosh, look at that whole building crumbling in front of you as you're running through the city
Mm.
Yeah.
kind of thing. But it definitely is. It definitely is really good, and I really enjoyed my time in it. 5.5 hours, maybe. Long, the
Short.
campaign.
Nice.
And short.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's going, the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
And, the controls feel just good and looked great, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really fun. So now I'm just kind of, I was kind of on that Watch Dogs train. I was like, oh, well, yeah, I'll get Watch Dogs next, and me and Router talked about getting it, and then I was like,
You're not feeling
Final Fantasy kind of coming out.
Yeah, that's very fitting, man. That should be
If
you.
I'm going to get one, because
That should be
I
all
don't
you.
know, man.
That's all you.
I'm excited about that one as well. So
I'd ask what you're doing for Thanksgiving, but you're probably going to be in a hospital.
Be in a hospital watching the Macy's Day Parade from an uncomfortable couch.
Mm-hmm. Are you bringing a pillow?
I did find out this little bit of trivia, and hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing it. But this baby and Stancil will share the same birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
they
you
will.
go.
It's Stancel's birthday today.
It is Stancel's birthday.
Yeah.
Nice. Happy birthday, Stancil.
Happy birthday, Stancil. Once you hear this, it'll be a couple days removed. You might probably won't listen to this till next week. So happy belated birthday, Stancil.
That's right.
Happy birthday last month, Stancil.
That's right.
Gosh, anything else? I don't think so. Just been chilling out.
Will Jenny stay in the hospital overnight, or how long do they stay in the hospital nowadays?
For 2 days.
2 days.
Okay.
So we'll be coming home on probably Friday.
Okay.
Black Friday.
So yeah, Black Friday. Go pick up a baby and a TV on Friday.
Half off.
Exactly. I should ask him at the hospital.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't doing any deals. We've been here. We've been waiting.
Oh,
Yeah.
you totally need to ask about a Black Friday special. That'd be awesome.
We camped out.
Exactly.
What if we could get this deal?
Oh man.
So
well,
anyway,
dude, we're all super excited for you, and I think it's going to be incredible. And, and we'll be praying for you today, and just keep us posted if you can, and
definitely
and let us know how things go. Because
hopefully
that whole like wait, and then we got to wait for this, and then it'll happen at like the weirdest time, like it did for me. Like a quick baby story, because we had to be induced too, but Lauren was going to have a C-section anyway, so we were just waiting for everything to start happening. And it was one of those, we waited like all day, and then I put my head down to go to sleep, and boom, that's exactly when it happened. And I'm like,
really?
Of course, that's exactly when it happened. So,
oh my gosh,
so she was
hilarious.
So Piper was already giving me no sleep from day one, literally day one.
Exactly.
But man, it's gonna be awesome, man. I cannot wait. I'm thinking, let's get a quick MTTG pool. What's he having? I think he's having a girl.
I'm going to go with a girl as well, just because I know that's what Amara wants.
Yeah.
I'll go boy just to be different.
Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
Just so we're covering the spread.
Yep, we've got the spread covered. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, two boys is going to be insane.
My gosh.
That would be insane.
Remy be like, let me show you the way.
Ribby's like, good.
Yeah, right. He's like,
hold this Molotov cocktail.
That's right. He's like, excellent.
No, don't hold this Molotov cocktail. Put that down.
Now drink it.
I got a thing I need you to do.
I love it.
Every 2 seconds you turn around, he's whispering in the baby's ear.
That's
You're
right.
Like, wait, what are you whispering?
Mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business. I'm like, go to your room. I'm not scared of you. There's definitely there's been some times where I have to buckle down, and I'm like, you will not impose your will on this situation.
Right.
I am your father.
As much as you want to, you cannot do that.
As you want to. And we'll just have like a stare off, and I'm like, no, you will do as I say.
I love it.
And will the baby, depending on the sex of the baby, will it move into either Amara or Remy's room, or at least eventually?
No, we haven't even. I mean, we've talked about it, but it's kind of one of those things where I guess yes and no.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, all right, well. Once they get older, they'll definitely share a room. But there's this thing where, because Remy's so young, he wouldn't really probably do well with a baby in his room.
Mm-hmm.
And so it might be regardless, Amara's going to have to share.
Yeah.
Because she's the one that can sleep through the night. And if it cries, can
enough
back to sleep.
She can handle it.
Yeah.
She can handle it. Yeah. But also, the baby will stay in our room for the first 7 months or something. Like that.
Okay, right.
So it won't be till Remy's a little over 2 anyway. So we'll just have to see if he's like, how he, if he, gets out his butterfly knife as we're setting up the bed in his room. He's like,
he's got that other pillow ready. He's like fluffing it up, ready for the baby.
exactly. And at first it looks like, oh yeah, I'm getting the pillow ready for this baby to lay its head down on, or I'm gonna suffocate it while it's sleeping.
There can be only one.
exactly. So we don't know what it's gonna be like.
Oh man, it's gonna be great any which way you slice it, man. The Patillos +1. I love it.
Yeah, man. So we're about to be now we're off on the table.
Yep.
Yeah, you no longer qualify for most like family contests.
Exactly. You're like, well, we got to leave somebody with the dog. Daddy and mommy and somebody's going to see Mickey.
There you go.
Everybody's not going though.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh. I'm in this weird limbo. I'm like, do I just leave now? It sucks.
Yeah, because like,
gosh, I wish I would just do the whole show. Jeez,
I know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's the worst. I mean, I'm excited.
Sure.
And like,
that's good.
I guess. I'm just kidding. But it's like a week and a half coming, man. I thought this baby was going to be home. When Jenny started having contractions when I was in Winnipeg, Canada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like 3.5 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was like, yes, I'm going to get home. We're going to have this baby. Like the picture I had in my head of Thanksgiving this year was like, new baby would have been like a weekend to settling in and be at mom's house and just eating. I did not think we're going to be in that like off-white yellow room.
Eating mystery meat. It'll be great.
Right.
It's ham. Trust me, it's ham.
Yeah.
It could be.
So, did I already say, I don't know if I said this, but my buddies, we have some buddies that are in a group called Johnny Swim.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade this year.
Oh, that's
great.
cool.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
So it'll be something to like really look forward to as we're watching the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, really.
Because I love the Macy's Day Parade anyway.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mhm.
So, and this is the first time in years I think I've known somebody that was in it. Because obviously I'm too old to know anybody that's like, oh, I know that high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I love watching all the lip syncing. It's the best.
Exactly.
I always look to see if they slip.
Oh, I think, and what's a bummer is I think there's no other way to do it. There's no way for them to sing
Oh my
live.
god, it would be a nightmare for any
Yeah,
audio.
trying to get the wireless. Right,
Oh,
exactly.
forget it. It would be such a nightmare.
Here they come. Throw them a microphone real quick.
Yeah.
As
Check,
they come
check,
with
right.
range.
check. Yep.
Exactly.
No, you have to. So that's the one time when you're like, oh, this is gonna be great. Let's see if they screw up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's me.
Nice, man.
Well, that's awesome.
Chris McCracken.
All right. Well, you just bounce out at any
Yeah,
point
if
if
you
got
need to leave, you just leave, man.
Yeah.
You should be like, that was so funny. All right, I'm out, guys, and just
Be
leave.
like, okay, bye.
Exactly.
You should just be like, okay, bye. Just in the
So,
middle of whoever's story. Sorry.
Exactly. So on Saturday, Stacy and I and a couple of other people from work, we ran another 5K.
Yeah.
This one was an inflatable 5K. So last year, Stacy and a couple people from work did it was called a wipeout 5K. So there were all these different obstacles and they'd have to go. Most of them were inflatable, kind of like this, but they would have like water or they would, bunch of bubbles or something you'd have to crawl through and mud or whatever. And you had to hit all these different obstacles throughout the entire thing. Well, this one was simply all these inflatables you either had to climb or go through. There wasn't like water or any other things involved with it. So when I found out there wasn't any of that stuff, I was like, okay, yeah, cool, I'm in. Because I just don't like getting wet, especially when it's freezing cold outside. So we went into the 5K, and there really weren't as many of the inflatable obstacles as I thought there would be. There was about 6, which kind of sounds like a lot, but over 3.5 miles or 3.1 miles, it's really not that many. And there's big stretches where you're just doing the running part or walking, whatever your thing is. But they were all really fun. And I climbed up the first one, and you had to climb up this hill, and then you get on the other side it's just basically slick, and it's kind of like a giant slide. And I got up there and I stopped, and I'm just waiting for the people below me to kind of get out of the way, because there's a lot of people, especially right in the beginning. It's very clumped up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to, run into anybody or hit somebody by accident. And the guy that's kind of monitoring everything, he looked at me, he goes, "Are you going to launch?" And I looked over at him thinking like he's going to like get onto me. And I said, can I? He said, yeah, you can. So I just launched myself off of this thing.
Great.
And then from every single one, if it had like a big tall thing I had to climb and then a slide on the other side, I like doing flips and twists and doing all kinds of stuff. And
Nice.
I'm telling Stacy, hey, go ahead of me. All right, tell me when you got the slow-mo camera ready. And then I'm going to go.
You're setting up the
Very
shots
awesome.
now. I love it.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was great. It was a lot of fun. It was just like being a kid back in the day, playing on a playground or something. It was awesome.
That's great.
Nice.
and-
Did you get some good footage? That's what's important.
Yeah, we need to see some footage.
I actually haven't looked at it all yet. It's on her phone still. I know we've got some photos because at the beginning I was doing the photo stuff. I was going ahead of them, but then we got to where there was more of the big hills. And I was like, hey, take video of me. And I wanted to do it a couple times just to see if we could get some cool shots. So I actually haven't reviewed any of the footage yet.
There you
That's
go.
awesome, man.
Yeah, and actually I wore out way more climbing up and doing that stuff because I'm going so fast than I did on any of the running part. You get done, you're like,
Right.
woo, man, that's a little crazy.
That's awesome, man.
But yeah, it was a lot
Well, it's
of
like
fun.
as a grown person, when's the last time you do like a front flip on an inflatable? Like,
Yeah.
your boss was like, "We don't used to doing that. We're used to running."
Yeah, it's one of
Right.
those things where, like, when he said you're gonna launch yourself, and in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna do a flip, and then you quickly get a question mark. Can I do a flip? I don't even know. How does that work
Right.
again?
That was like the last time I was on the monkey bars. I was like, "Let me go across these monkey bars right quick."
Yeah,
I
exactly.
got on like the second rung. I was like, "Oh snap!"
Yep.
I don't have calluses anymore.
I weigh a lot more than when I was 11.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna hang and stretch.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Gravity is something else.
Oh man. And then on Sunday, so my sister came over here and picked up Stacy. They were gonna go do this jog out at some park or something out in Fort Worth. And so I went ahead and stayed here at the house, and I kept my little nephew so they could go do it. It was like a girls. My sister does this thing. It's called No Excuse Moms. It's like a girl workout thing. She's the leader of it. So a bunch of the people from her group are going out there to meet up with some motivational speaker,
Operation
like runner
Black
guy.
Guys.
Yeah. That's kind of what it looked like, but yeah, they went out there to
awesome.
meet with those guys and run and do whatever they were gonna do. So I stayed here and hung out with my
He
nephew.
was an ex-NFL player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he played for the Redskins, but he lives here in DFW now. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't
That's weird.
recognize
That's
his
dangerous territory.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
know,
that's
that was a
enemy
little bit weird,
territory
but-
right there.
Right?
But anyways, I mean, he seemed like a really cool guy, and based on the way that they said his interaction
Right,
was, it was
Ed?
really cool.
Right, Ed? That's dangerous territory for a Redskins guy to live in DFW.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was getting some coffee. What?
Hey, y'all don't know, but I've been working on Mr. Ed. He's going to come over to the Cowboys side. I'm just saying. Me and Stancil have been
Oh,
fighting a
gosh.
little bit to get his fandom on our side, and
Nice.
it's going
He
to.
definitely should be a Seahawks fan before a Cowboys fan.
No, you don't know
Let's
what you're
just
talking
get
about.
that-
Listen not
let's
to this
get that
man.
straight.
He's got baby brain. He doesn't understand what he's saying.
I was showing Sarah those tweets last night, and she said, "So what did you decide?" And I said, "I don't know. I stopped folling that conversation like 2 hours ago."
I blacked out. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my gosh, that's actually I was having more fun doing that back and forth exchange than almost anything last week.
It's
That was
good.
hilarious.
Really funny.
Anyways, so I was watching my nephew, and we went out to that park where there's kind of the Pokemon area. We walked the dog. I let him do Pokemon on my phone for a while, and there's a playground, and he went and played on that for a while, and then it got kind of cold, and we didn't have a jacket for him, so we left and came back to the house, and I was like, all right, I'm going to let you play some big boy games, because he's got a PS3 at home, but he doesn't really play a lot of stuff. He does play Call of Duty, but he just plays like campaign, and I don't even remember which one it is. I think it's like maybe Ghosts or something like that. So I was just going to have him play all these different games, and I knew he'd kind of want to bounce around anyways. And one of the games that he ended up playing, I think he liked the absolute best, was Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and actually,
Oh.
I posted a picture and I sent it to Stancil, and he goes, "Oh, that's awesome!" And I see that he brought out his evil side because we were on the Infamous character. I said, "Yeah, about that." I started him on the hero, but he kept attacking people with his powers. So I was like, you know what?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Let's go to a different save file and one that's a little bit more appropriate. Because
Yeah.
he was actually doing it, and I started laughing. I was like, ha ha ha, and then I started waiting. I was like, wait, he's gonna ruin my hero status. I better switch him over.
I know that's right.
That's right. New game.
Let's get you your own save. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And so he played Infamous for a while. He played Rocket League.
Nice.
He played Runner 2. He played a little bit of everything. He even played a little bit of Battlefield, which I figured was going to be too much for him, but he's like, I want to try this. I was like, all right. And I asked his mom before, and I was like, all right, Is there any games? I mean, obviously, if it's like GTA or something, which I don't even
Right.
have, but if I did, I'm not going to let him play that. But it's like, is there something you don't want him to play, like where you're shooting people or anything? She's like, no, he plays Call of Duty. Let him do whatever. Like, okay, cool.
Then that always catch you off guard.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Anytime somebody's like, "Oh, they play GTA, it's fine." You're like, "Your
Really?
7-year-old plays GTA?"
I know, right? Let
Right.
the head shooting begin. All right.
Yeah. But it was a great time, and they came back, and then when he left, he wanted to stay and keep playing games. So that was really awesome. I really
Good.
enjoyed that.
Nice.
And
like
then just this week at work, I've actually had to work Monday, Tuesday, and I'm also working today, Wednesday. I'm hoping to get out of work a little bit early, but it just kind of depends on if I can wrap everything up early enough. My boss said it's cool to leave early as long as I can get all my stuff taken care of, so I'll just be working on that the rest of the day. But it's been pretty light at work. I've worn a hat every day to work. It's been awesome because a holiday week at work is a hat week at work, at least for me.
Wait,
They're so generous.
Does that mean like a no shower week or something? You just throw your hat on
No,
and go
I've
to
been
work?
I've been showering, but yeah, I've not been showering in the morning. I just get up, throw the hat on, and go. Usually I shower before I go to work.
Right,
Now I
and
only
you come
been
back and
showering
do
at
it.
night. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
And I actually can wear a hat at any time at work because there's a lot of people that do. I just feel weird being in an office setting and wearing a hat. It's like if it's not an event, like a Halloween thing or something where
Yeah.
it goes along with it, it just doesn't feel right to me, so I never do. So when it's a holiday
hear
week,
you.
I use it as an excuse and then I throw the hat on.
You say
Right.
Halloween or something?
It's very professional.
Yeah, because people will dress up at Halloween. Like, so if I have a hat that goes with a
funny
costume
t-
or something.
So
It's a funny
Chris-
time to wear a hat.
Yeah, Chris.
Well, if like it's a cowboy
he dresses up
outfit
as a trucker.
or
Dave.
whatever.
Come on.
That was just funny. Like everybody else is dressed up. You just see Chris at his desk with a hat. Like, oh, I'm so glad I get to wear this hat.
Yeah.
It's Halloween. Hat time.
Yeah. Be like, who are you? You're like, oh, the Unabomber.
Oh, God.
Video game. Oh no! Come on now. If anybody even
The poker
remembers
player,
that
right?
reference.
A poker player. Yeah.
I just
You
had the
need the
dark
shades.
sunglasses on the whole
Yeah, you
time.
need the shades for
straight
that.
face.
Yep.
Green visor.
No, that's awesome.
As far as video game wise, I've still been playing some Battlefield 1 multiplayer. I got into the Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer. It's like, I'm just going to mess around with this.
Oh wow.
And I actually have been sticking with it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Nice.
played it way more than I thought I would. It was because, you know, it's been a while since I played a COD multiplayer, and it's way faster paced than most other multiplayers. So at first I was like, yeah, I just don't have the dexterity for this anymore. But then once you just play a little bit and learn it and kind of get used to the maps, I was like, oh, so I've actually been playing that a lot more than I expected to. I don't know how much I'll stick with it going forward. I did play a little bit of the Infinite Warfare multiplayer because I haven't had time to jump in the campaign because I think I want to record the campaign. But
Nice.
Nice.
I'm not really much for the Infinite Warfare stuff. All the wall running stuff, for me on the COD side doesn't work really well. And from what I remember of Titanfall 1, and then when I played the beta for Titanfall 2, the way that the double jumping and wall running, it feels better and smoother there than it does on
Man,
Infinite
it
Warfare.
feels so good.
On Infinite Warfare, it feels very floaty, which is weird. I don't know. It's like you hit the button and you don't start the double jump right away. It's like you have to hold it and it like ramps. And so I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. So
Nah,
I
I'm
probably won't
sorry.
mess around with the multiplayer on there anymore. But I'm definitely looking forward to jumping into the campaign. And
A
then,
lot of people are saying, I'm seeing a lot of news stories that are like, Titanfall 2 is what Call of Duty should have been this year.
Oh right.
I thought that was really interesting.
Still don't like the idea of having 3 shooters out all at the same time right before the holidays. I think that killed each other's sales, I think.
Well, it definitely killed things for EA. I mean, we can talk about this later, I guess, during the news
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, it definitely EA. It was a bit of a question mark decision to release 2 of your big shooters right next to each other. It's
Yeah.
definitely dividing their market for sure. I mean,
Mhm.
COD's kind of its own thing, and it's got its followers. It's going to get its people that are the hardcore.
Nah, I bought Titanfall 2 this time.
Yeah, but you're still going to get COD. You'll get it. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. It's going to happen.
Yeah. I think you're right, Chris.
So.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But anyways,
funny.
the last little thing I want to talk about for sure is that I went ahead and picked up Overcooked.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
good.
Oh
Yeah, because
How
Stacey was
was
listening to the show I was talking about, and she came back. She said, "I want to play Overcooked." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I got it, and we've been playing the mess out of this game.
Awesome.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Really?
I
she
heard it was
really likes
great.
it. So y'all remember,
Oh.
Stacey is the other games that I've played with Stacey. She's the kind of person where she'll play a game and like 15, 20 minutes in, she'll be like, great, and I'm done. And she'll walk away and be good for like a week.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We've actually been stopping, and she's the one saying, can't we keep going? And I'm like, no, I've got to go do XYZ, or I've got to do. So she has been absolutely loving it. It's a lot of fun to play. It's really goofy and silly. The only thing at all, and it's not even a bad thing about the gameplay is perfectly fine. The only weird thing, and this is just me being a tech guy, it doesn't completely fill the screen on my TV. And there's not like a setting.
Oh, really?
I mean, it feels like 90% of it. There's like a 10% square around it where it's like, I'm like, why is it not filling the screen?
That's
And
weird.
there's no setting for me to. I thought maybe I've got to adjust the parameters or something. There's nothing.
They're like in stunning 1010p.
Yeah, I know. It's
Right.
It's like the weirdest thing, and I don't know if it's just my TV or whatever, but no other game does it that way. So I was just, and it's one of those things. Once you get playing, I don't notice it anymore. But every time I first turn it up, I'm like, oh yeah, this game does that. That's weird.
That is weird.
That is weird.
Interesting.
But outside of that, it's a lot of fun. So if you haven't picked it up, it's only like $16, I think. It's a great game. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that is it for me, fellas.
I gotta go.
All
Ah.
right, brother. Listen,
Dude,
you have a
sucks.
safe one. Keep us posted. Please
Yeah,
tell
man.
Jenny
Let
we
us
said
know.
good luck. And
I will. I'll be posting pictures of the situation later.
of the situation.
Choose wisely.
Yes, please choose wisely. Make sure
Oh
it's
my
mommy
gosh.
approved.
I'm gonna keep the receipt just in case.
Yep.
There you go.
Because might need to take this one back. You never know.
That's
I might
awesome.
need proof of purchase if I put it on Craigslist.
That's right.
There you
Aw.
go.
That's awesome.
All right. Thank you guys for
Good
letting
luck,
me
man.
jump in for a minute.
Best of
Appreciate
luck,
you.
man,
Good
Jenny.
Good luck. We love you guys.
Yep.
Yes, thanks, Ed. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right. See you, man.
Alrighty.
See you later.
Peace.
All right, Ed, hit us up, brother. How was your week?
I can't compete with
I
having
know,
a
right?
baby.
How do you top that? It's like, we're
Nobody
done.
How do you
can.
follow that? I know, right? Let's see. This week, Saturday, Sarah and I went to the movies and saw the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts and Where
How
to
was
Find
it?
Them. We really enjoyed it.
I heard it's
We're
great.
big Harry Potter fans,
me
and
too.
it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we had a good time with that. Went to see that in the IMAX theater, and we went to a 10:30 p.m. showing, and there were maybe 12 people in there. And in an IMAX theater, 12 people does not look like very many people at all.
No, holy
Yeah,
cow.
no.
But yeah, it was a good time. Tim, you and I are still doing No Shave November.
Oh, it's killing me. Is it killing you?
Oh, dude, I'm so itchy.
I am so itchy right now too.
I hate it so much.
No, all you gotta do, you just gotta push past the itchy phase. It only, I don't know about for you guys, but for me, it only lasts like a couple days,
really?
and then you just get the bushiness, and then you go. And I bet y'all would look glorious with big full beards. Glorious! I want to see it so bad.
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll take some pictures, but I'm definitely gonna go through November. I mean, I've gone this far, and Lauren's like, you should.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Lauren does
Oh,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
it. She's like, you should just get rid of it. I'm like, no way. I gotta go all through November.
Yeah. So yeah, Tim and I are both doing that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
This week been playing as usual, Family Guy and The Simpsons.
Nice.
Finished Dishonored 2
Oh, you did.
on Saturday. Yeah.
Nice.
And man, and I've been loving watching your walkthrough,
Yeah,
Tim,
that's
just
been
because I
awesome.
like to go compare
Yeah.
and see what we do different
and I'm sure
the
I do
same,
everything
and
completely backwards.
you know what? We do a lot the same, and I
Yeah,
like that
see?
you take your time as well. And I'm doing the same thing. I finished on Low Chaos.
Good.
The only thing you do different that you picked up from Hitman is that you clean up after yourself
I
after
do.
you've choked someone
I don't know
else.
why. But like, cause I mean, it does alert the guard, but if they don't see you, then it's like just an
Yeah.
alert. But I never know if the AI is gonna like bring more people in. So yeah, Hitman and Assassin's Creed taught me just to, whenever you do that, you don't just leave the body lying there. So I always clean up. I don't know why. It's weird.
I'm so paranoid. I just want to leave the scene of the crime because I'm so afraid I'll get caught
Right.
carrying
Yeah.
a body.
Right. And did you play as Emily or Corvo?
I played as Emily, and I want to go back and play as Corvo.
Good. All right, cool. Because that's, I think, what I'm gonna do.
So does this one have, since you beat it, and if you can say if it's not spoiler related, does this one have, like in the first one, if you killed more people, your out is
Mhm.
harder to have the proper outcome or a good
Yes.
outcome? Things got harder for you. Is it still
Yeah.
the same way?
It's still the same. I know as if you kill more people, the more blood flies show up later in the game.
Interesting.
Which I'm glad I didn't kill a lot of people because I hate those things.
Yeah, those things are nasty. But actually, Chris, in the interface somewhere, like in one of the tutorials, like they talk about chaos, and they
Yeah.
do say that there is a different outcome with high chaos versus low chaos. You don't know what it is. It could be it could be a good or bad, but just traditionally, if you've played Dishonored before and you do low chaos, you get the quote proper ending or the good ending.
And the chaos
Yeah.
is just your rating for how
Yeah.
violent
So
you are, really, right?
as you go through each chapter, you're rated. Like the first chapter, I killed everybody, so I had high chaos. Well, I didn't kill everybody, but I tried not to. And then like the second and third chapters, I had low chaos, so that they average everything out, and then like by the
Gotcha.
end, you're either low or high.
Yeah. And I don't
Okay.
know, Tim, if you're doing it differently, but I remember in the last Dishonored, a lot of the powers that I could upgrade with the runes and stuff, I pretty much was evenly spread as far as what I upgraded. This time around, I probably maybe have 3 or 4 that I did all the way and didn't even purchase any of the others.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I don't think I probably won't be using 1 or 2 of them because they're more lethal powers. And
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
like I might as well drop my pistol and everything because I'm not using that. Like I use the grenades
Yeah.
for a few things just to open doors or blast things.
Right.
But like all of like any lethal weapons, I'm not even using. So it's like I'm going. It's kind of cool because I'm going like full on stealth. And
Yeah. I haven't used the doppelganger. I never used that or the one where you can make like a dark mist around people, but I did
Yeah.
really enjoy the chain link power, which is a lot of fun. The domino, yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely my new favorite.
It took me a while to get the hang of it, but it's been a
It's
lot of
easy
fun
though,
to figure
right?
out.
Like you kind of get nervous going in, like, how am I going to do this? But once you figure it out, and if you saw the last gameplay, like what I would do is domino and then like sleep dart them, but you can actually choke one
Exactly.
and then it chokes the other one out too. And I didn't know that until I tried it, and I'm like, oh, this just makes it so much easier.
Yeah, and I got an achievement once because I had 2 guys. Basically, Chris, it's you link 2 guys, and whatever you do to one happens to the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I dominoed 2 guys. I went and choked out the one guy, and while I was choking him, the other guy saw me and went to
Yeah.
attack me and accidentally cut the head off of the dude that I was choking, and then his head popped off.
Ah,
And I got
cool.
and I got an achievement for it.
Nice. It's like a
Nice.
triple. You got like a triple double
It
almost.
was
That's
so
awesome.
funny.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I'll have to try that.
it was really fun. And then been loving Watch Dogs too.
Yeah,
That's
buddy.
been so much fun, and the voiceover is so well done. They've got such a great team, and the team of their ragtag little hacking team they've got there. It's a great cast they put together, and
That's really cool.
it's another, Ubisoft does big games so well, and it seems like every time you finish a mission, 2 more pop up, and I love that. I just love
Oh,
having so much
cool.
to do.
is it overwhelming with the side stuff, or are they not?
No, like
ton of 'em?
there's probably like 2 different main mission paths you can work on, and maybe at once 3 or 4 side missions you could choose to work on.
So,
So
do those 3 or 4 just stay no matter where you go, or is it when you go to different areas, different ones pop up?
yeah, they stay no matter where you go,
Okay.
and then as you progress, each mission might unlock another side mission or whatever. So, but yeah, it's definitely not overwhelming. It's just kind of cool to be like, oh wow, there's more to do. So it's been fun to see that.
So how long did Dishonored 2 take you to
I
finish?
think it said 21 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, because I did like you, like I move, I explore everything,
Yeah.
and there's still some things I want to go back and if it's like the first one, I want to go back and visit some different areas just so I can see if I can't collect everything just to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that was my week. It was a good week for games, that's for sure.
Oh man, yeah. Heck yeah, man. I feel like we're in the throes of it now. Like 2016 is like actually like now. It's like all the games that we've wanted and have
Yeah.
been hyped up for are all out now, and we're all playing them. So that's really really cool.
Yeah, and just yesterday we got in the mail our Lego Dimensions Fantastic
Oh,
Beasts, E.T., and Gremlins. So it's going to be
sweet.
another
Oh,
good
wow.
week.
It's a good holiday season for you, man.
Exactly.
Mhm.
What about you, Rodder? What's going on, man?
Well, just the usual. Piper's topic of the week is, as it should be, Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving,
Oh, happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving,
Happy
everyone.
I
Thanksgiving.
can't believe it's here already. I mean, it's so weird because here in Tennessee, it's been 70s and 80s up until the end of last week,
Yeah,
and
did it
now
turn fast for you guys?
it turned overnight.
Yeah.
Friday, like Thursday was 80, Friday was 62, and now it's been like low 60s and then really chilly at night.
Yeah.
But so now it kind of finally feels like the holiday season, which for me, because of the weather, normally this should be around like Halloween
Mm-hmm.
time,
Right.
and it's Thanksgiving already. So this holiday's flying. But yes, Piper's topic of the week was Thanksgiving. We're staying put. We're not going anywhere, which is nice.
Good.
Lauren's parents are hosting, so we're going to go over there. But we're making a few things here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll just go on over there and sit and in our tryptophan state of mind. We'll watch some football.
Nice.
We'll watch Chris's Cowboys play.
There you go.
It's a Cowboys Redskins.
Yes.
Oh, it's a classic. So, and then we got some good college football games. Ed, you could go get some coffee real quick because it's all like
I'll be right back.
yep, it's rivalry week this week. So we've got Michigan, Ohio State. You've got the Iron Bowl here, Alabama, Auburn, and I love all this. This weekend it's always fun to watch football
Yeah.
and do all
Yeah.
that kind of fun stuff. So there's a lot of little running around to do before, but I mean it's the day before Thanksgiving right now. When this episode comes out, it'll probably be Thanksgiving. So
Mm-hmm.
it's nice just to be together and to hang out. And we had Piper's at school yesterday. We had Piper's little Thanksgiving dinner, which Lauren was kind of the in charge of, and so they all had turkey and mashed potatoes, and they made
Oh,
little
nice.
like turkey hats, and so we went to her school at like
Right.
noon, and then like ate with them, and then we're like, okay, see you, bye. Gave them like cupcakes and full of sugar, and then we're like, all right, we'll see you later, have fun.
Good luck.
That's
So,
always
yeah.
one of those things where, I mean, obviously I'm not a parent, but I always was like, it's got to be great for those parents that are self-employed and can make their own hours because they can always
love
go
it.
to those little school kinds
Mhm.
of things. That's got to
Oh,
be
man.
such a great thing
Honestly,
to be
like
able to do.
it really for us and with Piper, just from day one, it has been. I can't tell you how much of a blessing it is. Our pediatrician even said, "Man, you guys are doing it right because you have the
Hmm.
flexibility and you can
Yeah.
be there." When she was like, she came to the store when we got the all clear from the doctors to take her out and about. Like those first 2 months is when they're the most vulnerable to sicknesses or just
Mhm.
any weirdness that happens. So you kind of stay in your house for the first 2 months, and that's what we did. And then
Yeah.
once you get the all clear, like we were taking her everywhere, and she came to Lauren's store, and we just set up like a little playpen area in the back. And
Mhm.
I remember she used to sleep on my lap on like a little boppy while I was still working until I
Hmm.
realized that she'll sleep longer if you take her home and put her in the crib.
Yeah.
So like it's pretty amazing. We had so much flexibility to do that.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
a lot of people can't. They got to take them to daycare from 8 to 5, and that's when
Right.
they can get more sick. And we're just really fortunate to be able to do that. And I always it was great because we would all as a family come to the store. When she got tired, I'd bring her home, and then I'd have like 3 hours. It's like she used to, I miss those days. She used to sleep for 3 hours, and you could just get work done and just,
Yeah.
you have some peaceful time, and then I'd get her up and bring her back to the store.
No
But yeah,
potty
it's
breaks during your playthroughs.
no potty breaks. Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that.
It's so funny. Yeah, I had to title it "Piper's Gotta Pee" on that one because it's weird. Like sometimes she'll wake up early, and then sometimes she just sleeps right through. And typically, if she wakes up early, it's because she has to go to the bathroom. So
Yeah.
I did that, and then put her in with mommy because they like to snuggle, and she usually falls right back to sleep. Otherwise, I'd hear "Daddy" the whole time. So I don't know if you even heard it. You probably couldn't through the Let's Play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Are you guys doing anything for Black Friday? Are you going out?
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not
I don't
planning
think
to do
I am
anything
either.
yet.
I mean, Lauren's going to work on Friday and part of Saturday and Sunday. And this weekend is usually when we get all the Christmas stuff. So I'm excited. Like now,
Oh, nice.
for me, now Christmas can officially begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go to Costco on Friday, which will probably be a zoo, but they always have huge garland, and I garland the
Mhm.
house with lights and everything.
Oh,
So I'll
nice,
do
man.
that this weekend. We go get our Christmas tree. We'll go pick one out this weekend.
Oh, y'all
And
do a real tree?
Yeah, well, we did a fake one last year, and Lauren hated it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
all
got
right,
you.
so we're going back
right.
to a real tree. So this will be a good test to see if my allergies really kick in or not.
Oh,
Because sometimes,
jeez.
sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But
Yeah.
because of my surgeries and everything, I should be good by now. But I love it. I love the smell of having a fresh
Oh,
tree in
yeah.
the house.
Yeah, this year
So
is the first year where on Thanksgiving we're doing it with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday, her family is like waiting a day, and we're going to go up to Oklahoma and do Thanksgiving with her family on
Oh,
Friday.
wow.
So I'll have
oh,
2
good.
Thanksgivings. So even
Yeah,
if we were Black Friday people, we probably wouldn't be this year because we're going up there as
sure,
well.
Yeah.
sure.
But the plan right now is we're probably going to come home on Saturday, and likely on Saturday evening or maybe sometime during the day Sunday is when we'll dig the tree out of the attic and start doing all the decorating and stuff. Because
Yeah.
I'm the same as you. It's like I tell Stacey, we're not doing any of it until Thanksgiving has happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, that's the best weekend to do it is right afterwards because it's the only one where you don't have something else already planned, usually.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, Lauren's going to be working for some of it. So like we'll have to do a lot of our stuff in probably toward the evening, which we do anyway. Like we go get our tree at night and,
Oh, cool.
cause there's tons of little tree, farm areas. Well, not farms, but just like tree stand areas here.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to the same one every year. And like she wants to go like an hour and 15 minutes away to go cut one down. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
"If
wow.
we're not going to have time for that." I used to do that up in Pennsylvania. It was great. There was a tree farm, and we like the day after Thanksgiving, we'd all go and cut it down in the
Oh,
morning.
right.
And it like $40, you could get a
Yeah.
cut
Huh.
tree in any size you want. It was really cool. But that was back in the day, so
How
whatever.
much
Yeah.
do trees run now if you buy them live? Or
If I
not
get
live,
one
but
here, it's about $150.
what?
Exactly. Coming from the
Really?
Wow.
Northeast, yeah, coming from the Northeast when trees are just, it's at 50, 60 max.
Yeah.
Like down here, like it's not, they have to bring them in from either North Carolina or Michigan. And so
Wow.
there's a couple tree farms, but like if you want like the Fraser fir, like the legit Christmas tree, those usually are grown up in north or mountain regions. So
I don't think
Wow.
I've ever had a real tree. There may have been once or
Really?
twice when I was a kid where we did, but
oh
for
man,
the vast majority of the Christmases I can remember growing up and then since I've been out on my own, have always had a fake tree.
Did you guys always have a green tree or was it like white?
We have always had a green tree.
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had a flocked, they call it flocked.
Oh, yeah, like
tree.
the frosted?
Yeah, the frosted one. We had that, and those are nice. And
That's cool, yeah.
Lauren used to use those to decorate the store too. But now
Oh, right.
she uses like these big branches that she puts together and then hangs like white branches and then hangs ornaments down and that kind of stuff. So
Right.
it's a busy time for her, which is nice. It's always exciting. And
Nice.
so she'll be out from like here until Christmas. It's like thank God for Blue Apron because I'll be able to come home and make some
Yeah.
dinner. And I
Right.
love honestly like it's gotten me into cooking. I love cooking now.
I know,
And
right?
it's so easy to follow and like you don't what I love is you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go get any of the stuff. It's
Yes.
right there.
Yes.
And the meats are quality, all the fruits and vegetables are perfect. I mean, everything is great. Like love it. Freaking love Blue Apron. Highly
And it's
recommend
really
it.
made me care for I got a zester, like different kitchen
Yeah.
utensils
Yeah,
that
you
I
get-
never thought
you
I'd
get
want.
diff- Exactly. And like it makes you try stuff too. Like I'd never really done what was it? I've never messed with quinoa ever.
Yeah, me neither.
And so we made like quinoa and broccoli burgers or something like that. I mean, it's so cool. So I'm gonna be like the Blue Apron king for like the next couple
That's
weeks.
awesome.
So
Yeah, we
but it'll
really
be
love
fun.
Blue Apron as well. Ed, haven't you been trying some other services as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, we recently switched over to HelloFresh, and we really
You like it better?
It's different, but we like it probably the same. The packaging is a little more friendly, but they're both. We don't have anything against either one, or
Yeah.
they're both. We just love the convenience of it, and I
Oh,
love
it's so good.
cooking. It's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really gotten me into cooking.
Stacy's been thinking about trying a different one, not because we're unhappy with Blue Apron, because we're not at all, but she's wanting to do Whole30 again. And
Oh,
there's
right.
one, I don't remember
Lucky
which one
you.
it was. Well, yeah. It's actually not that bad for me.
Good.
But there's another one that she looked at. I don't remember the name of it, but it's, I think, somewhat geared towards that. So it comes without the carb stuff that so you won't have to
Oh,
cut anything
right.
out. It's already set for, she won't have to like be like, oh, I can't eat that part, so you eat all that.
Right.
So I think we may switch over and try a different one, but
yeah.
we've had nothing but great experiences with Blue Apron, and we really love it. And actually, we moved over a while back to the one where you get the meals for 4 people, so that we'd have more. We could just save it out and eat it throughout the week. Yeah.
And we got the 4. We typically get the 4 anyway because Lauren's parents will come over for dinner. Like we usually swap. It's nice because we'll like swap back and forth. Like some nights, my mother-in-law's like, "Hey, come over. I'm making pasta, and just bring Piper, and we'll just eat at our house." And then and they like Blue Apron too. Like all the meals that we've had have been. We haven't had a single bad meal, which is amazing. And her parents really like it too. And her mom's like, Italian. So she's like, well, what is this? And so when she tries it, she's like, oh, this is really good.
How are we not sponsored by Blue Apron at this point?
Exactly.
Seriously.
We're the only podcast that doesn't have a Blue Apron sponsor.
I know. We need to we should really contact them and just be like, hey, can you sponsor us? Because you sponsor everybody else. And we've got, 3 out of the 4 people who actually use it and talk about it.
It's awesome. I'm the same way where the first couple ones I'd be like, I don't know, and then I eat some of it and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I got to the point where I'm like, Stacy, I'm like, whatever the ingredients call for, just make it.
Yeah. Just make it.
I don't care if it's an ingredient I usually don't like, just make it. If I don't like it when I'm eating, I'll just push that little part to the side. And that's only happened like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually ate and enjoyed beets, which I usually hate.
Oh, I love beets.
Me too.
Love beets.
The only thing that I've had that I still didn't care for, and I don't remember what meal it was or how it was incorporated, was something that had big chunks of mushrooms. I'm just not a mushroom guy.
Oh, right.
So I still didn't eat the mushrooms, but there's been definitely things where she's like, this has got, and I'm like, don't even tell me, just make it. And then I eat it, and I'm like, that was great. Now, what was in it that I might not have liked? And she tells me, I'm like, awesome. What do you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome. On the gaming front, as you know, I've just been straight up Dishonored too.
So awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I really enjoy the streaming part. Now I know what you guys.
Yeah, you do. Welcome to the fold.
I'm so glad you're doing it.
It is fun because and last week I think you guys really eased my mind. You're like, it doesn't matter what you do. And you even said I just enjoy watching how you played it versus how I played it, and just the comparison stuff and everything. And then being able to talk to some of the guys who are coming off, some of our community members are coming off graveyard shifts, and they just check in, so I get to say hi to them, and it's just so much fun just to be able to talk, and I'm playing and talking about Assassin's Creed with Kaboski or somebody, it's just really cool, and I enjoy it now, and
that's
awesome.
So here's what we got to do next. I got to get you a PS camera so you can have the little picture-in-picture of you down in the corner.
Oh, you don't want my mug at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right. See, you thought nobody wanted to see your mug playing a game or hear you playing a game, and you were wrong there. I'm telling you, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, such a beautiful face to see so early in the morning."
Is it like a low light camera though? Because I do everything. I keep all the lights off when I game.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like the best, but I'm assuming it's illuminated well enough. I'm not saying you need to be all this high production kind of stuff. It could just be kind of cool to try one day.
I've been worried about is just the sound. I did adjust the mic. I think it's a little bit better, but
it is
a little bit louder.
Still has. It's like when I watch one of yours, you could totally tell the difference. But I would think that the golds would have a little bit better of a mic pickup, but it is what it is.
The problem with or not really a problem, but the difference with the golds, because I don't have the Sony golds, but I have a Turtle Beach wireless headset. This the same way where it has the hidden microphone, if you will, that's built into the side, and it definitely is closer to your face, so it can pick it up. But the fact that it's not a boom that sticks out in front of your face,
right?
The mic is different, so it always, regardless, is going to sound a little more muffled than, for instance, the headset you're using at the moment.
Right.
So you add on to that the fact that you're also having to speak a little bit lower because you're in an open area and you don't want to wake people up.
Right.
It's going to sound a bit muffled and a little bit quieter, but these last couple have sounded louder when you did the adjusting than when you first started. So it's definitely an improvement.
I definitely noticed it too. So I try and adjust the mic just a little bit more, so it's not completely in the red. I mean, if I were to cough or something, it would put me in the red, but just a little bit more. So I think it's a lot better. And I haven't heard anybody complain about it. So, but man, it is so much fun, and I'm loving Dishonored too. I think it was weird. It just took me a little while to get my feet wet with it, but now now that I'm exploring and the interface, you kind of get a grip for it now, because I think some of the fonts and the text are really small too, and so it's kind of hard to read some stuff, and I'm like, so you have to just wait a minute. But the freedom to, now I'm not like this past walkthrough, I got killed like 2 or 3 times, and I wanted to try things a different way, and
Yeah,
people were enjoying it. They're like, "Yeah, go for it, man! It's awesome." So
that's so cool.
So since you guys are playing through, what do y'all think? And I guess this may be even more to Ed because he's actually finished it. But what do y'all think about the story? Is it you like it better, worse than Dishonored 1, or is it just kind of whatever? It's really more about the gameplay for me.
I like the story. I like the fact that I'm curious to play it from the other point of view and see how it affects the story, or at least what I
I am
feel about
too.
the story. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's not the most in depth, deep storyline in the world, but
But nor was
it's good
Dishonored.
enough. Yeah, exactly, and it's good enough for me, and I had no complaints.
Yeah, for me, it's a fantastic stealth game.
Yeah.
The art style is completely different than anything else, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
I will like, and no spoilers or anything, but in the first Dishonored, there is a twist. I don't know if there's a twist in this one. So, but I'm pretty sure there probably will be. I don't know, but we'll see. But either way, I'm just enjoying it. It's a really great stealth game,
Yeah.
and it's got some challenging bits to it, but it's just fun, and it's set in like a different time period. It's not like a modern day stealth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I really really love it. So I'm
Yeah.
having a good time in it. And I finally picked up my Watch Dogs 2. Gabe and I were supposed to do it, but we just together and do a video, and we have failed everybody because we weren't able to at all. It just didn't line
That's
up.
all right, man. Kids, wives, and 9 to 5s.
Seriously, man. I mean, seriously, it came out the 15th, and I didn't pick it up until Monday.
You did pick it
Yeah.
up though.
Yeah, I did pick it up. So
Yeah. Are you playing that one as well, Chris?
Dishonored or Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs?
No, I'm not. I don't have Watch
Okay.
Dogs.
That's probably going to be my Christmas game. Like I'm going to finish up Dishonored. That'll probably take me another week or two, and then I'll get right into Watch Dogs, and I will probably run with Watch Dogs for a while, and then after that go back to Battlefield, and then by then it should be Horizon Zero Dawn. So
Oh, nice. Nice.
I like to take my time, man. It's crazy, but
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's all good, and that is it for me. So what do you think? I think we should get to it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Nope,
Chris, you want to do it?
I don't remember the phrase. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
There it is.
Nice.
I like it. I like it.
Well
I had to
done.
switch it up. You can't imitate the master.
No,
I mean,
no,
it's just
no.
going to come off
Yeah,
being
no.
wrong.
Exactly. All right, so new releases this week. There's really only 2, and this is another game that I've got to get, but I'm going to wait till all the episodes are done. Batman, the Telltale series, episode 4, Guardian of Gotham, is out this week.
Oh,
PC,
nice.
PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. So that comes out this week. And then Darksiders War Mastered Edition for the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. And ladies and gentlemen, we have NPD stats for October.
Nice.
I love this.
Bring it.
All right.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. I love NPD reports. They're so much fun. So the way they do it is they track game sales at U.S. retailers and digital stores, the Xbox Store, PlayStation Store, and Steam. But it only gets digital data from participating retailers. So the data is like a snapshot, but it still gives you decent accuracy. And we can finally announce and confirm for the 4th month in a row, the Xbox One was the top-selling console.
Wow.
So kudos to Microsoft.
Look at that.
Hardware sales were down 20% from last year at 215 million.
Wow.
Console software was up 31% with 505 million.
Oh, nice.
PC software was up 172%
Wow.
at 33 million.
Jeez.
And then accessories were down 24% from last year at 121 million. But the stuff that I'm always looking forward to are the top 10 games, and here we go. Starting with number 10, Madden NFL 17. Number 9.
I think there was a sale on that too, so that probably helped it out.
Oh, right.
Yep. This one's interesting. I thought it would be a little bit higher, but probably because it was late in the month. Titanfall 2 comes in at number 9.
Oh, wow.
That does not include EA Origin sales.
Yeah.
Number 8, here's a weird one, Civilization 6.
Really?
Number 7, WWE 2K17.
Huh.
Number 6, the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the remaster.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. I totally forgot that was out.
Yeah.
Number 5, NBA 2K17. Gabe's got to jump on that.
He'll get that next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He probably will. The one I know we're all going to play, number 4, FIFA 17.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
We're all huge soccer fans. Well, I am, but I've never played any of those games, and I probably should because I'd probably enjoy it. But I just don't play like sports games.
Yeah.
It's weird. Number 3, Gears of War 4. That does not include digital sales.
Wow.
That's probably the Gears bundle too.
Okay,
I think
right.
that gets factored into it as well. Here you go, Ed. Number 2, Mafia 3.
Oh, very nice. Well done.
Yeah, which I thought was surprising considering like a lot of people were like, it was either you really like it or you don't, but
Yeah.
clearly it's popular enough. And number 1 for the month of October, Battlefield 1.
There you
Wow.
go. Look
Yeah,
at
so
that.
Battlefield takes it. So I'll be curious this month how the 3 main shooters are going to do. I still think Titanfall will stay up in there, and it may go up a little bit because
Mhm.
I think word of mouth is going to spread because a lot of people do really enjoy Titanfall 2, but I feel like it's just getting buried with the CODs and the Battlefields. So I think next month is really going to reveal how split the audience is, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll go 1, 2, and 3, but I'm sure they will. I'm sure Titanfall 2 will definitely beat out WWE 2K17 next week,
Right.
next month, this next month. So you never know.
And did you see that sale on the Division for $10?
$10 on the Division. Holy
That
cow!
that was so tempting, and then I realized, oh wait, I don't like first person shooters, but
Yeah.
man, that's a
Right.
really good deal.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I am gonna pick up. I didn't see it yet, but I haven't really looked at the Black Friday sales. But I think I do want to pick up Mafia 3 though, because
Oh, nice.
I do love those style games.
Yeah.
And Ed, you and I play the same style, so I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that's a good time.
We did have one minor oops.
Uh-oh.
At T215J, Gabe on episode 217, Gabe said Mass Effect was never released on PlayStation. It was released on PlayStation in 2012. Better late than never. Hashtag MTTG oops.
Nice.
So
I was thinking that it wasn't released either, so I wasn't aware of that.
no, I think
Huh.
they re-released it. When did, well, wait, I think they released Mass Effect. Was it after they released Mass Effect 2 on PlayStation? Oh, forget it.
It's
I'm
about to
gonna
be
get
an oops sequel.
Yeah, forget it.
Yeah,
I retract.
we were wrong. We'll just leave
I
it there.
retract everything I just said so we don't get an oops.
There you go.
So Chris, what do you got for us, brother?
Well, you had mentioned the Batman Telltale series that you were thinking about picking up. Well, right now, I think it's going right now, there's going to be a Black Friday sale, at least on the PSN. I'm sure Xbox Marketplace is having something similar.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different games really steeply discounted, but one of them, because you mentioned this specifically, is the Telltale Batman series, the season pass. It is down from $25 to $15.
Wow, get that.
done.
Get that.
Yeah, so I mean, this is like the best time for you to jump on that, specifically since you had mentioned it. There's also a lot of other games that are on there as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm all about that.
And it expands across PS4, PS3, and the Vita. And there's some of the discounts are up to 60% off. So if you're the
Holy
type of person that
smokes.
likes to play games digitally, you might as well jump in there and just peruse
Yeah.
through and see if there's something you want, because there's probably going to be something you've been waiting on that
Yeah.
you'll get a really good deal on.
Yeah, looking
Yeah.
at both the lists for Xbox and PlayStation, it's a good week for digital people.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I need some Telltale in my life. I have not, like, I still have Tales from the Borderlands queued up. I just
Yeah,
have
you
not
do.
played it yet. But I cannot wait to play that. And then now that Batman's out, it's like, oh, I've got to get that too.
Yeah.
So, and
Well,
that'll
you
be
could
good,
get
like
the
in
Batman,
between.
and then they still have another episode coming out, right?
Right.
Yeah, there should be one more. So if I get the season pass now for 15, I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's done. I'll be doing that this weekend definitely. When
So
does
you
that
could
sale
get
start
that.
on Friday?
It's actually, I think it's going right now.
Okay.
Because the PSN store right now, that's when I looked up the price for the Batman game, and it shows it as being on sale right now. So
Yeah, I think their
I guess
Black
it's
Friday
going
stuff
through
started
Black
today.
Friday.
Do
Yeah.
you get any additional discount for PS Plus?
I
Or is it
believe you
just-
do. On some
Sweet.
on some of them you do at least.
Okay. Awesome. That's a done deal, man. Cannot wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, so you can save up to 70% on some and save up to 80% on others with PS Plus. So
Wow.
Man.
it's just kind of across the board. They have a lot of different games to choose from, so the ranges kind of vary depending on how
Yeah.
recently it was released and all that kinds of stuff.
I think Kaboski said that he got Assassin's Creed Black Flag for like $5 or something like that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
I can believe that. Black Flag is a couple years back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a launch game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like when the
think so.
console
Was
came
it?
out, I think it was one of those ones that was launched it on PS4, but was also on
No,
PS3.
Unity.
I think.
Unity was the launch.
Oh, that's right.
4 was still PS3.
No, well, I played Black Flag on PS4, so it had to have been available on PS4 at the very least. I don't know if I thought it was a launch, maybe it wasn't, but that's where I played it.
Because
I
I know
didn't
when we
play it on
got our
PS3.
Xbox One, it came in like the Unity, like was the slip cover of the console.
Yeah.
Like it was,
I know Unity. I thought Unity was well, whatever. It's fine. But yeah, those are
Yeah,
all-
don't oops us again.
we
this
retract
is a
everything.
come on, man. It's Thanksgiving. It's a non-oops week. Come on, let's
Yeah,
non-oops.
exactly. Leave
There will be
us
no
be.
oops giving.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. We're trying to watch a parade here.
Yeah,
Tired of the criticism.
Just be thankful for us, please.
Just be thankful. Dang it. We
We're
worked
sorry.
so
We're
hard.
sorry.
So I had mentioned that my nephew came over, and one thing that my nephew is really into is Pokemon cards.
Mhm.
Nice.
And I've asked him, when we were walking around the park, catching Pokemon on my phone, he started talking about his Pokemon cards. I'm like, oh, do you have any cool, really rare? And I'm naming off these few characters that I know from the game on the phone.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't have that. No, he's like, oh, the only rare one I have is a bloody blah, something I'd never even heard of. I was like, oh, that's great. Well, I might have to, when I go see him on Thanksgiving, I might have to dig through his cards one more time because recently there was a Pokemon card sold at a Beverly Hills auction site, and it came in at $54,970
What?
for a Pokemon Illustrator card, which I don't even know what that is. It looks like Pikachu on the picture. It's got all this, I guess,
What?
Japanese writing on it, but all it says is Illustrator, and it sold for $55,000, just shy
Why?
of $55,000.
Like,
So I may
did
be
it-
digging through his cards and be like, let's see if you've got one of these bad boys.
What the heck?
Disposable income. Holy cow.
Can you imagine
Man.
being a kid and you'd be like, Mom, don't worry. I mean, I'm set. College is on me, or the first round of college is on me. I got
Seriously.
it in this
Wow.
Pokemon card.
Wow.
Goodness
That's
gracious.
insane.
No word on who bought it or any of that kind of stuff. I'm sure they keep all that stuff anonymous, but it's like, can you imagine if it's just some other kid is like, I sold my card and with the profits, I bought this one.
Right.
So another thing that we
Wow.
going to talk about is the Nintendo Switch. A couple weeks ago, I had mentioned how Capcom was being a little bit cagey about, will they support the Switch, with normal games and port them over just like they will.
Right.
Well, that was a little bit on the negative side. So now we're going to swing over to the positive side.
Okay.
And Todd Howard of Bethesda said that he actually played the Nintendo Switch at this past E3. And he came away from it feeling very positive about the hybrid hardware. He said specifically, I loved it. I got to play it. It's one of the best demos I've ever seen. Probably the best demo I've ever seen at E3.
Wow.
So that's some pretty good praise for
Yeah.
a major publisher, third-party publisher for a Nintendo product.
Heck
And he
yeah.
went on to say that what Nintendo plans are for the Switch is really smart. And he said that Bethesda is definitely going to support the console. So, I mean, you can take that. Now, he didn't mention specifically Skyrim, even though Skyrim-esque looking game is what's in the actual kind of launch teaser, if you will.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much, you can go to the bank with that Bethesda is going to be supporting the Switch. So there's one
Wow.
notch on this is looking good for the Switch in that camp over there.
Right.
Wow.
Nice.
Moving on. So everybody remembers last year at the Video Game Awards how they were like, oh, Kojima. And they're like, oh, Kojima can't be here because Konami won't let him
Right.
be here.
Yeah.
All
Let
this
him.
craziness. Well, Jeff Keighley went ahead and announced on Twitter that Hideo Kojima is going to be at the Game Awards this year, and he is going to be earning the Industry Icon Award.
Oh,
And
good
he's
for
going to be
him.
able to be
Wow.
on stage and accept
Nice.
it. And of course, like Jeff Keighley and Hideo Kojima are like really good buddies. They hang out a lot, or they're really good friends. And so I know it's really important to him since he's the guy who basically runs the Video Game Awards. He's really been looking forward to this. And so I'm expecting it to be a rather big production and a big deal,
Yeah.
especially
Sure.
for his friend, to make sure that when you feel like your best friend or one of your buddies was disgraced the year before, if you will, and now you're going to give him his due, it's probably going to be a spectacle.
A lot of people said that too. That wasn't right last year. I mean, he should have gotten his just what he deserved because he put so much time and effort in it. And despite what had happened presently, that doesn't affect the fact that the product that came out that was being recognized as something he put together. So it's
Right.
I agree with that. It's not right. So I'm glad they're kind of rectifying that this year. When are the VGAs? Do we know?
I don't have a date on this article that I have. I think I want to say it's usually in like
first week, December, somewhere around there, first or second week in
somewhere
December.
around there.
Is it really?
I don't know for sure, but yeah, it's coming up kind of quick.
We're gonna get oops for this one too.
Yeah. No, we're not. Remember, they're thankful for us.
No
Positivity.
Oops.
No
Nope.
oops.
No oops.
That's right.
No oops. We'll just figure it out later.
All right, moving on. So, Uncharted 4 has a multiplayer. Have you guys ever played the Uncharted 4 multiplayer?
I never have,
messed
no.
around with it? Yeah, I never really messed around with it either, but I've heard people say that it's actually a lot of fun, kind of like The Last of Us. So The Last of Us is one of them where I did play with the multiplayer, and it was actually really, really good. Now, not that The Last of Us and Uncharted's multiplayer are the same by any means,
Right.
but it made me intrigued to be like, okay, at some point, I feel like I'm going to jump into Uncharted 4 multiplayer, just if nothing else to give it a shot, because I was very pleasantly surprised with the multiplayer on The Last of Us. Well, Uncharted 4 is getting a new multiplayer mode. It is a cooperative survival mode.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, it actually looks really, really neat, like Ed just said. And I had a buddy of mine, Kale, that I play with a lot. He texted me the trailer, and then he just wrote back. He said, "You and me, Doc, we got this."
Nice.
So I actually may be jumping in and giving this a shot. You don't get a lot from it. It looks like you can be actual characters. Like there's Nathan Drake and Elena are on there. I feel like I heard Sully's voice in the commercial or in the trailer. I don't remember if I actually saw him.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's just going to be like normal, kind of like Call of Duty Zombies, but in third person. There's probably going to be waves of enemies. There are these, they look like pirates that are possessed that come out. And I don't know if you're just going to, they're going to be like bosses or whatever. But it looks very interesting. It's one of those things where it's like, I just wouldn't have thought Uncharted for a survival co-op kind of thing, but it's just so weird that it could probably work pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested in giving it a shot when it finally drops. I'm not sure when it's going to actually land. I don't see, it doesn't say but it's going to be Horde mode Uncharted with up to 50 total waves and 10 new maps. So that's on top of the maps that they already have in Uncharted multiplayer.
That's so cool.
So, yeah. So that'll be neat to check out.
By the way, Video Game Awards December 1st. I just looked it up.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. That is really close.
Yeah.
Just so we're not oopsed.
Okay, so
Right.
December 1st, and that's a Thursday. All right.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure my schedule's cleared for then.
That's right, baby.
Are you guys
All right.
compiling your games of the year?
Yeah, slowly but surely.
I've not even done that. I need to.
Yeah.
I've seen people starting to make lists and I'm like, oh man, I can't
know,
remember
right?
what all I
I
bought.
know. I'm struggling trying to find out what did I play like first quarter.
Right.
Shoot, it was Far Cry Primal, I think. But I was like, it seems like so long ago.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do some research to remember what the heck I did. I'll just browse through YouTube and then be like, okay, and then I'll go to my games on.
That's
like,
what I
what games
did.
have I got
Yeah.
trophies or achievements for? That's usually a good way to see them. Like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
I
is a
played
good
that.
way.
That
Yeah.
came out this year.
That's a good one.
But speaking of games, let's start talking about some more. So we're going to talk about the Xbox One December Games with Gold.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's out.
on the Xbox One, we are getting Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition,
Very nice.
and that's available the entire month, December 1st through the 31st.
Yes.
And I never played Sleeping Dogs, and I actually
Play-
don't have Xbox Live right now, so I was like,
Yeah.
well, looks like I'm going to have to re-up for December.
Tim,
Well,
did you
I get-
download Blood Dragon?
That's the reason why I gasped too, because A, that's coming out, and B, I need to download freaking Blood Dragon immediately.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think it's very similar to PlayStation, where I think you just have to say, "Yeah, give me this," and you don't even actually have to do the download. I think it just
Right.
adds it to your library.
Yeah.
So you could
No.
add it. You could download it later if you don't have the space or something like
Yeah,
that.
I downloaded Everyone's Gone to the Rapture, and I have that just in my library for later. But
Right.
I totally forgot about Blood Dragon. I've got to do that. Oh,
Yeah,
But
man.
Sleeping Dogs, heck yes, play that game. Do not play it with children around. There's a lot
Yeah.
of language, a lot of language.
Right.
But Chris, play that game. I think you would love it. I think it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As long as I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy like the little 3-month Xbox
Yeah.
Live subscription. That way I can grab it because I don't really don't want to have my annual subscription like landing right in holiday season.
Yeah,
So it's
Right.
like, well,
true.
if I could just do the cheap one and then March or something, pick it up and do the full year. That would be a much better time frame for me.
Right.
That's a good call.
And then we're also going to be getting Outlast, and that's going to be available from December 16th through January 15th.
Nice.
On the 360, which is also the Xbox One, because all these 360 games are backwards compatible, you are getting Outland, which is available December 1st through the 15th, and then Burnout Paradise, December 16th through the 31st. That's
Nice.
another game that I've heard a lot about, but I never played when I had my 360. So
Yeah, I like those Burnout games.
I gotta say, Xbox is stepping up a little bit now. Like,
Yeah.
there's actually some decent games.
yeah, the Sleeping Dogs Definitive is probably the big daddy for this month for sure.
That is definitely the big daddy. Please go play that game. It is
So much fun.
It's all
so
third
good.
person, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's third person perspective. There's racing, there's kung fu, there's all kinds of fun stuff. It is great.
There's karaoke.
There's karaoke.
Is it really?
And there's karaoke.
Oh, I
and
thought you
there's
were
a
joking.
it's actually a very good story too. It's a really good story.
Yeah, it really
so-
is.
All right,
so,
cool.
Yep.
I'm looking
gotta
for
play
y'all.
that.
Y'all get me more excited for it.
Yeah, please play it.
Nice.
All right, so y'all remember when we heard a while back that there's gonna be a Walking Dead season 3 in 2016. It's gonna happen,
Mhm.
and it's getting close, and it's like it ain't looking like it ain't gonna happen. Well,
Mhm.
apparently it is gonna happen.
It is going to happen. That's right.
The Walking
Love
Dead
it.
season 3's first episode will be available on December 20th.
Nice.
Ooh.
And it looks like I don't know if there's a trailer. I hadn't seen if there's an actually trailer or not, but it looked like from the picture, I think oh shoot, now I'm wanting to call her Ellie. What's her name, the little girl that's on it?
Clementine?
It's not-
Clementine.
Clementine, yeah. I think she's in it again, but outside of her, it looked like all brand new people that I didn't recognize.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
On the picture anyways. I
Right.
don't think there's been a trailer actually released yet, so we'll have to wait and see
Yeah.
a little more info then.
Nothing says Merry Christmas like zombies in
I
Walking
know,
Dead.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And this is the one game that I play actually through Steam, because that's where
Oh,
I've
really?
played the first one. So
Oh,
every one
yeah.
I've picked up since then, because I want my saves to carry over. Even though at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I don't think that they really matter all that much.
Yeah.
But because I started there, I'm going to continue on. So I'm kind of looking forward to jumping back and playing with the old mouse and keyboard, as they say. Be
Nice, man.
PC Master Race for a little while. Oh, look
There
at
you go.
me! I've got dexterity. I can hit that button. I can do a 360 with the click
Click.
of my finger.
Click, click. That's
I'm
awesome.
looking excited to doing that. So continuing on
really
with the
cool.
game news, and this one's a little bit of a wah-wah kind of story. But do y'all remember that game Adrift? It came out a while back for the PC, and then
Yeah.
it ended up coming out for the PlayStation 4 as well. Well, apparently it was always slated to also come to the Xbox One,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently that's not the case anymore.
Wah,
And-
wah.
And the really weird thing about it is that there was a person who tweeted out on saying, I just pre-ordered Adrift for my Xbox One. And then the creator of the game wrote back and said, yeah, that game's not coming to Xbox One. You should totally go and get a refund. That's an error.
Ooh.
Which is
that's not
really,
good.
Good way
really
to find
weird.
out.
And the other thing about it that makes it even stranger story is that the creator of the game is Adam Orth, and he used to be, I think he was a director, but I know for sure he was on the Microsoft team before he developed this game. And he
Oh,
was the
boy.
one who infamously was on Twitter, and he ended up having to lose his job for this, but he was the one who said, I can't believe so many people have such a problem with an always online game. It's something about like, this is 2016, that's the way it is. He did #deal with it. And he's the one, he ended up losing his job over that tweet.
Wow.
That was back when everybody was like really flipping out about how the Xbox was always connected online and all this craziness.
Yeah.
And so he basically said that he created this game. He wrote the story, he wrote the score, and he said he wrote the story kind of based off what he went through in getting fired or leaving Microsoft over that. So it's kind of loosely tied to his experience with that. And just his strong ties with Microsoft and his history with them, you would think for sure the game's coming to Xbox One. And for it to just all of a sudden not be with no real explanation, that's really weird.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
there's so much, there's got to be, you just know there's more story here, and I want to know what it is.
Right.
But
Wow.
for now, for anybody that had it pre-ordered, if you haven't already gotten a refund, I would write to
You're about
Microsoft
to.
and be like, hey,
Yeah, you're about to.
what about that refund for
Yeah.
the old Adrift?
Wow.
And the game has always been playable without VR, but it's also been touted as a VR game. So I don't know if that maybe has something to do with it, since there's not really a VR option on the Xbox One. Maybe that's somehow tied to it.
So
But-
weird.
You're supposed to be able to play it without VR if that's the way you want to. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a head scratcher as to why now all of a sudden it's not coming to Xbox One.
Wow.
Speaking of VR, Chris, have you played any more VR recently? Seems like you've been on Battlefield.
Yeah,
for a
I've
little
played
while.
a little bit. I don't have one. I'm running out of hard drive space, so I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. I think I'm gonna upgrade to a 2 terabyte. But at the moment, I just didn't have space, especially with Extra Life. Like when I had to download Call of Duty, I had to delete some things to get room for that, and then that ate up almost all my space. I think I only have about 60 or 70 gigs available.
Oh, wow.
So
Will
there's
you
that
get just like
issue.
a 2 terabyte external?
The PlayStation 4 doesn't work off of external, so
Oh, does it?
I'll be swapping out the internal. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm waiting probably sometime after the holidays, and I'll probably do that.
Mm.
But the other thing is that I just haven't had the money right now because some of the games that I'm interested in, number one, are the games that are a little more expensive than I want to pay, so I'm waiting for them to go on sale.
Right.
And I've bought a handful of other games, and now I'm really focusing in on getting the last few Christmas gifts I haven't got. So I haven't wanted to spend any money. I have played some of the VR games that I do have. Like I've gone back and played. It's not called Hyperball. I'm mixing the name with Super Hypercube, but there's this kind of Pong-like game where you play with VR. I've played that a few times.
Oh, nice.
And I haven't dipped back into Batman. I think I want to because there's a few Riddler things, and I want to check out what that's all about.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, for
Very
the most
cool.
part, I've been focusing in on. I wanted to finish out Battlefield campaign for the channel, and I'm thinking I'm going to move on into Infinite Warfare. I want to pick that back up.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, I've been playing mostly. I haven't been messing around with VR too much. I'd still do here and there, but I really want to wait till I get a newer experience. And I just am not in a position right now where I can buy the games that I'm interested in.
That's
But
awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's all good on the front. That's the one thing about VR that I've definitely learned since I've gotten it and kind of had it in my house. And I've kind of mentioned before about how I don't really see myself as the person that spends like 3 hours playing VR. I'm more of like a 40 minutes to an hour and then be good for a day or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like VR for me is going to be those things that I'm doing all the time. And I'm cool with that. Like I'm okay. Like that doesn't like normally if you buy a new thing and you're like you find yourself not using it in a week, you're like, "Oh, you start regretting like should I have done that or whatever." I'm not really at that point, will I get to that point? Who knows. But right now it feels like it's fitting exactly where it should be. It definitely feels like the type of thing where I need to be in a mood and I need to have a new thing where I'm like, "Oh, I want to go do that." And then it's great. And I'll just fit it in where it fits. I'm not going to force myself to use something just because I bought it. Or I
Right.
feel like I've got to use it more than it's necessarily intended to be used. It feels like I'm using it exactly for what it should be for how I play games.
Right.
And so I'm still really happy with it, yeah.
Nice.
Good.
That's awesome. man.
And then the last news story that I have is that Old Time Magazine, they came out with their annual list of, let's see here, what's the full name of the list? Time website's 25 best inventions of 2016.
Oh, I thought
And-
you said the magazine. The
Old
name was
Time.
Old Time Magazine.
Yeah, Old Time Magazine. I was like, what magazine are
Oh,
you reading,
no,
dude?
my bad.
like this week in Wagon Wheels.
Yeah, Old Time Magazine. Well,
This
today we got the cane made out of wood.
Old timers.
Helps keep you upright. It's wonderful. No, it's Time Magazine. That
Bread
came
used to
out-
be a nickel. Discuss.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
That's hilarious.
This new
Old
invention
Time
called
Magazine.
gum. You can chew it. Don't spit it
That's
out.
amazing.
Don't swallow it neither.
No.
Okay. So, anyways, it's Time Magazine's 25 best inventions of 2016.
Yeah, hitting it.
Mhm.
And on that list, Sony PlayStation VR.
Really?
I saw
Which-
that and it made me wonder, like, is that a smack in the face to like the Oculus Rift? Or is
Yes.
it
Well,
because
now-
it's so much more affordable?
That's pretty much the criteria for it. So they said
Okay.
in order to access the most cutting edge virtual reality, people have typically had to shell out thousands of dollars, not just for the headset like the $800 HTC Vive, but for a computer that's powerful enough to support it. Sony's PlayStation VR, by contrast, is designed to work with a console that millions of people already own, the PlayStation 4. And
It
that's
is-
what got it to be on
Yeah.
the list,
Nice.
was
That
specifically
makes
its
sense.
affordability. Yeah, not because it's a better product than the Vive or the Oculus. It's
Right.
simply
Or la-
because
less,
this one
yeah.
was placed and it was marketed in a way and it was put in the position to be the most widely adopted and get the most people to have their hands-on experience with it. So
What did
Oh, that's
Time
so
say
cool.
was like the number one?
I
invention?
didn't actually grab. Let me see if I can pull up the site real quick. I didn't
It's
have that page
working.
loaded.
Twerking is the number one invention of 2016.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Well, they're old time magazine, so they're a little behind the times.
So I don't know the way that they have their website laid out. I think it's in the 1 to 25. They don't really have it labeled like this is the number one, but the number one on this list is the levitating light bulb.
What?
And it's $350. Yeah. That's what shows up as number one on the list.
That sounds like some witchcraft.
Yeah, I know. That sounds kind of crazy. Number 2 is the folding bike helmet.
Shouldn't it not fold so your head is protected?
Yeah,
that would be nice. I'd like to not have it folded, please.
Shoes that tie themselves is number 4.
I made a new bike helmet. It's made of nails.
Exactly.
Okay, so number 5 on the list, soccer fields that fit anywhere. This is a bit of a weird list.
What?
Soccer fields? What?
Number 6 is the PlayStation VR.
Nice.
Okay.
That's the only one that makes sense so far.
And again, I don't know for sure if these are in the actual order.
But it's the PlayStation VR that folds up into a wallet sized.
Yeah, I guess.
They're
and then
all
you can
about
play soccer
folding
on it
things.
any which way you want.
Number 7 is cannabis that could replace pills.
Okay.
I don't understand.
That's done
this
that for
list.
years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Number 8 is the ultimate alarm clock. I don't know. This is a weird list.
What?
This is
But
a
hey,
weird list.
PlayStation VR is on there, so gamers are getting some love. I'm just
That's
gonna.
good.
There we
All
got
right.
that. Yay!
There you go.
Yay. All right, good.
And there we go, guys. I'm out. That was my last story.
That's awesome. Well,
That's so
every
funny.
week we ask you guys a question. And of course, last week was no different. We asked, what are you on the hunt for this Black Friday and any deals we should know about? Over on the forums, Tigsta said, I'm looking to get an Xbox One S, Battlefield 1 edition, the green one. Hopefully it's $249. Copy of NBA 2K17, $27 at Walmart. Just Cause 3, $15 at Walmart. MLB The Show 16 for $15 at Walmart. Of course, if any of these are price matched at Amazon, I'll be shopping there to avoid getting to the stores.
Yeah.
And he's also on the forums. He's also attached a master list of games and prices from bigger retails. And
That's awesome.
Hit up marriedtothegames.com/forum and check out our question of the week 218 thread, and you will see his link there. Also, Greg Legg, nothing. Every year since we moved in together, my wife and I just stay in and put up the Christmas decorations and avoid the Black Friday insanity. I know that's a great idea.
Yes.
I might check online just to see if anything grabs my attention, but really we have all we need. Besides, we just had a new roof done a few months ago. It's paid for, but the available cash is a bit tight right now unless we dip into savings. Dude, I am with you. Don't even go anywhere. Set up some Christmas decorations, hang out, watch some football this weekend, and just enjoy. I am Droot. I'm hoping to get the $100 new Nintendo 3DS. That price really can't be beat.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a very good price for that. And Brett T. Bodden, I'm with Droot. I am Droot. I really want a new Nintendo 3DS for $100. I even sold my 2DS and have already bought 2 faceplates on Amazon. I hope I haven't jinxed myself, but based on Chris's assessment of Nintendo last week, my 3DS is probably sitting in a secret Nintendo warehouse in Japan waiting to be exported as soon as the hype of its shortage reaches a frothy pinnacle.
Nice.
That is so awesome. Moving over onto Twitter. At Flowing with Rain, the new 3DS for $99. Been sitting on buying one for a while. Hope I'll be joining you guys during my surgery tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. What surgery is he having? I don't
Leaving us
remember.
hanging.
Hopefully it's just something small. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh, it's okay. I'm just losing a hand.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not
would
that.
be nice. At Midnight Dan, GameStop, Ratchet and Clank $10, Fallout 4 and Doom $20, Gears 4 $35, just to name a few. I'm also thinking Tomb Raider for $40, maybe. Dude, definitely get Tomb Raider. That was great.
That was a lot of fun. I felt like it should be cheaper than 40 though.
I was just gonna say it should be way cheap. It should be like more like Gears at 35 or even 25.
Yeah.
Well, definitely on the Xbox side, it should be.
Yes, it
way
should on the
cheaper.
Xbox.
It's already been out
$12
for
now.
a year.
Yep. At T215J, T times dope for me. Skyrim for $25 and 2K17 for $27 at Walmart. Sony Gold headset for $59 at Best Buy. That's a good deal.
Yep.
That's really great. Killing Floor 2 for $30 at GameStop.
Nice.
And
It's crazy how many of those games that have just recently come out are so steeply discounted, right? I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's a big discount time, but it's like, man, some of those games just came out. You usually don't see them drop that drastically this quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ed, we're kind of flipping the script a little bit. So Ed, let's bring it back over to you. What is going down on the YouTube's channels?
There is a lot going on. I just love that all 4 of us are playing something.
It's
it's
awesome,
so cool.
Yeah.
I feel so included.
I love it. Let's see. This week, new on our channel, Watch Dogs 2, Part 6 through 28.
You are killing it with Watch Dogs right now,
Oh my
man.
gosh.
Killing it. Now, granted, I'm not watching most of them because I'm going to be playing the game, but I mean, it seems like every 10 minutes you're putting something new up.
This week is pretty much what Chris went off last week, and so
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick up the slack this week.
Nice.
And,
Yeah, well,
Nice.
you'll learn, Tim, now that you're kind of in the fold, so we can bring you on in here.
Yes.
Ed's always the one that's killing it.
Yes.
Gabe
No,
and I are in
I
a
knew that from
perpetual
day
state
one.
of we've got to catch up and do our part because
Yep.
Ed is just killing it and he's making. We need to share the load with this lovely gentleman.
Oh, no,
Exactly.
it's been an
I
awesome
agree.
team effort. Battlefield 1, parts 21 through 27. So there you go.
Nice.
Dishonored 2, parts 3 through 7 this week. Love it.
Yeah.
Woo.
Check those out. NBA 2K16, the finals, games 1 and 2.
Oh, I've got to watch that.
6 parts of Titanfall 2. And then Lego Dimensions Ghostbusters 2016, parts 9 and 10.
Nice.
Looking at our top 10 YouTube videos, combining the average of watch time and views for the week of November 15th through the 21st. Number 10, Rise of the Tomb Raider, part 36, Gate Crasher.
Man,
Ooh.
That's a
so
constant.
weird.
I
Yeah.
know.
Is it because is it a tricky part? I don't know.
I think
What,
it's because it's usually those ones that pop up. They have some sort of thing of what do I do here
Puzzle.
to them?
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Number
great, though.
9, Dishonored 2, Part 2. I'm going back to Karnaka.
Nice. That's awesome.
Number 8, Married to the Games, episode 218, Operation Black Guys.
Nice.
Nice.
Number 7, Watch Dogs 2, Part 19, Paint Job. Number 6, Dishonored 2, Part 5, The Good Doctor.
Nice.
Well done, Tim.
There we go.
Number
you.
5, get ready, Tim. Ori and the Blind Forest, Part 14, Thornfell
Thornfell
Swamp.
Not gonna do it.
Oh, come on. I didn't know if you would or not since Gabe was out.
Nope. Still not doing it.
Holding your ground. I like it. Stand with your laurels.
Gabe can have 3 more babies, and I'm still not doing it.
Number 4, Dishonored 2, Part 6, Addermeyer Institute and Clockwork Mansion. That was a tough one for me.
That was a tough one.
Number 3, Dishonored 2, Part 1, Let the Murder Begin. Man, Tim
look
is
at
all
you,
over
just
this week.
killing it,
Awesome.
Tim.
I'm in the
that.
top 5, baby. I've never done that before.
Number 2, Watch Dogs 2, Part 6, Bottom Dollar Complete. And number 1, Watch Dogs 2, Part 5, Bottom Dollar Fail.
Fail, dude.
Aw.
And here's the funny part. So your video was on a South Korean video website. I went and checked the analytics.
Is that what it
because-
was?
Yeah,
I saw
went
it was
from-
South Korea.
Yeah, it was like mostly 95% of it came from South Korea. So your video was posted,
wow.
and I of course can't speak any of any Korean or anything, but it looks like it's like a video game blog or forum of some sort.
Really? That's
So
okay.
yeah, it was pretty interesting. So big ups to South Korea, man. We killed it this week on the YouTube channel.
I thought it was some kind of spam bot, but then I realized it was actually getting views, like people were watching it. You know, it wasn't just like a click on it and go away.
Yeah, I think it was, and maybe was that like a challenging point in the game as well?
It was, yeah, it was because that was the fail.
Yeah, so there you go. So
Ed, in South Korea, you're kind of a big deal.
you are kind of a
guess
big deal in South Korea.
Well, I knew something was
I don't know
up.
if you know that.
Like within like 3 hours, we had like 3,000 views. I'm like, something's wrong.
The crazy thing is, it's really just Jamin Bissett watching it over
That's
and over
right.
and over.
He
And over.
just-
loves Watch
he has a
Dogs 2.
script that just refreshes. No, that's really, really
That's
cool,
awesome.
man.
No, it was awesome.
That's good, man. That's a good week. I'm with you, man. I love the fact that all 4 of us are playing different games that are all current, and
Yeah.
I'm loving this channel right now. I
So
think it's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
it's
that I
great.
can figure out a way to stream. I just need to figure out the mic situation, but I really would like to stream Overcooked with Stacy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That would be a
Do it.
lot of fun.
That would be great.
I just got to figure out a way to do it because I got to find out the mic situation because I used to do when we would record. I had 2 lavaliers and they stopped working, and I can't get them to work with my little interface anymore.
Right.
So I think if I use my Yeti because it can record on both sides, and I put it between us, that might work. I'll just have to see, but I would really like to try that out.
That'd
this
be
coming
awesome.
Weekend, maybe. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you know where to find us, and I'm not going to say any more because you know where to find us. No, twitter.com/mttgcast, Facebook/Married to the Games, YouTube.com/Married to the Games. Check us out on the forums and the website marriedtothegames.com/forum. We're everywhere. We're rocking it.
Telling you.
And Ed.
Rate us on iTunes, leave a comment, and Gabe will have a baby for you.
Hey.
Yay!
That's awesome. Anybody want to sing, or do I have to?
Oh, you do it.
Oh, you've got it. Come on, Dirk.
Since you didn't do Thornfelt Swamp.
Oh, you got me. Let's try that again. Ready? Me. Let's get into some questions.
Nice.
All right. There it
Way
is.
to go.
I like
Yeah,
that.
okay. All right, let's start with email. Our boy Jeff Swan. Hey, gang. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to Gabe and Ed and anyone else who has stayed up late to edit and publish the podcast. I often find myself on long drives on Thursdays and love knowing that even when you have to burn the midnight oil, you get the podcast up, and I appreciate it.
Yes, congrats. Or
I know, it's awesome.
Or not congrats.
Well,
That's the wrong word.
congrats for staying up late.
Thank you very much for that, guys. Because
Congrats
I'm the
for
same
the-
way. Even I love
Yeah.
listening to back to the show. So
Yeah,
I'm the
I
same.
do
Like,
too.
oh, I want it to be there.
Yeah.
I do too, absolutely. He goes on, I just booted up World of Final Fantasy. It is Final Fantasy fan favorite cameos with Kingdom Hearts art style plus Pokemon, and it's amazing. And went to adjust the audio settings for music because I had been listening to podcasts while playing earlier and thought I'd ask, any settings you always look for in games? I love it when games give me a mixer so I can balance music, voice, sound effects to my liking. It makes it easy to multitask and make room to play a game in multiple environments. I've done this with numerous games, including I Am Setsuna, Fallout 4, and Alien Nation, and I find I will play these games more frequently when the options are available. What about you? Love those Japanese voice audio tracks, auto aiming, subtitles? What do you look for when popping open the options menu in a new game? Thanks again for over 400 hours of entertainment on long car rides that would otherwise be spent bettering myself with self-help audio books.
We can't have
Nice,
that.
Jeff. That
that's
is awesome.
awesome.
That's a really interesting perspective. Like I've
Yeah.
never really thought about the audio part of it. And honestly, the only thing that I do is now that I'm a YouTube streamer,
You're a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber, I put the subtitles on now because
Yeah.
I know for gameplay when I used to watch it, it's hard sometimes to hear what people are saying, so I always put the subtitles on. That's really all I ever do.
Yeah.
Like,
And
but the idea of doing something like that while you play would probably throw me off a little bit because I certainly couldn't do it in Dishonored because you have to listen for things and hear footsteps,
Right.
and so I don't do much of any of it with the sound effects except for maybe subtitles.
anything I change, like you, Tim, is because I stream. And so I'll always turn on
Yeah.
the subtitles. And if it's a game like Watch Dogs or Grand Theft Auto, I'll turn off like autoplay music when you get into a car or
Yeah.
turn the music off just because we get slammed with copyright strikes otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. We do. Yeah,
So,
but
yeah,
I
I
mean
just
that's
try to
only if
keep
we're
that
streaming.
down.
If we're not streaming, you could probably I would if I'm not streaming, I just keep everything kind of
Yeah.
default.
I don't
And
even
I
think
like-
about changing anything.
No, and in Sleeping Dogs, when you're in the car, there's like all kinds of different radio stations, and I used to switch them up all the time. I loved listening to something because
Yeah.
if there was any story, dialogue or anything, then the music would fade anyway. So you
Yeah.
know, you're not missing anything with that. So
I found that in Forza, sometimes when you listen to the radio, they'll say this song is a bonus song, and during the entire duration of the song, you'll get like double points for tricks and stuff you do.
wow.
And if you listen to the classical station, those classical songs are like 12 minutes long, so you'll get a long bonus session. So if you're looking for some XP in Forza, that's a quick way to do it.
Nice. There you go.
Chris?
So for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and just lump in Gabe on here too, because I'm sure he's the same. But every game that I get in, just about probably 90% of the games I get in, I jump in, I go straight to settings, and I invert the controls.
Invert your controls.
Because
you freak.
it's no longer the default like it should be. So I have to go in there and I have to fix it. I have to correct the situation.
No.
Then after that, I'm the same as him. I actually really like it whenever a game lets me have game audio, voice audio, and then like sound effects separately. I will definitely tweak all those. I almost always bring the music down a lot because I even if it's a soundtrack I really enjoy, I still want to focus more on what's being said and hearing, my surroundings than I do the music. I just want it to be a little bit of something that's down underneath that I just kind of hear. So I will always bring it down if I have the ability. Another thing that I really like, and I saw this recently with Battlefield 1, and I don't remember because I've not played a ton of Battlefield games, and I don't remember if it was in past ones, and I can't remember seeing it in any other first-person shooter game. But this one, it lets you adjust the sensitivity for your horizontal movement of the gun, but also your vertical to be separate. I really like that. I like because when you're playing on a controller, like compared to something like a mouse and keyboard, you already are at a loss in the sense that you don't have as much control because you just have the directional stick is wherever you can move your thumb. It's not like a mouse where you can easily control it much simpler.
Right.
So the fact that I can slow down my vertical movement or speed it up depending on which one I feel like I have better control over, I really, really like that. So I will, especially for shooters, I will always change the sensitivity of how my character maneuvers. But now that I've seen that option, I'm always going to be checking on that specifically in shooters to see if that's an option, and I'll be adjusting them separately. So
interesting.
That's awesome. Yeah, I forgot about. Sometimes if the sensitivity is too high or low, I'll shoot it up a little bit. But typically, I'm kind of a default settings kind of a guy. I just want to get right into the game, and unless it starts to get annoying or kind of unless I'm not feeling right with it, then I'll go in and make the adjustments.
Right.
Good question. Moving on to Twitter, at nbsp. Hey, speaking of Korea, pumpkin pie is not an option in Korea. So out of pecan, apple, or cherry, what do you recommend for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say pecan feels more fallish, but apple kind of does too. But
I freaking love apple.
I just prefer cherry over the three, though, for no reason.
Yeah, I know. My toss-up is between apple or cherry. Pecan, I can sometimes you have to be for me, you have to be in the mood for it. But I can do an apple. I could destroy an apple or a cherry any day.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get hate for this, but I'm not a pie person, really.
Oh, boy, here we go.
And since he eliminated pumpkin's the only one that I'll have a little bit of.
Really?
Right.
But since that's eliminated, I'm not eating any of those other three.
Wow.
I'm not doing pecan, cherry, or
Is it
apple.
the filling? Is it the crust? What do you not like about pie?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, for most of it, I'm not a warm fruit person. I don't like warm apples and cherry. I don't like the way when you heat fruit, how it changes it.
So you don't like cobbler?
No.
Oh my gosh,
Heavens,
I
no.
love cobbler.
What about like a...
Well, like when they do cobbler, I'll like, yeah, just give me that ice cream. Okay, and then I just walk away with the ice cream.
Wow.
What about like a chocolate cream pie or like a mousse?
Now that's different. I can do a chocolate cream pie of that sort, but that's almost never available because nobody else makes it or brings it. Like when we're at a Thanksgiving or whatever.
Yeah, you go with
so
the traditional.
I just don't have pie. Yeah, I usually there's ice cream, so I'll have ice cream, or I'll have a plate of whipped cream. Or
he's just eating Cool Whip out of the bucket.
Yeah.
Just, no.
I've actually done that plenty of times.
Yeah.
Or if it's the aerosol can, just right into the mouth. Just,
yes, sir.
Absolutely. Just right into the mouth.
Absolutely.
But if there's pumpkin pie, I'll put whipped cream on there, and I'll eat maybe half of the piece of pumpkin pie because I like pumpkin stuff in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a big.
If you have pumpkin pie, do you put a dollop of whipped cream or do you like cover the whole thing? How do you do it?
No, it gets covered.
Yeah, I gotta do the same.
I do more of a dollop.
Do you really? That's so good on the self-control.
Yeah, I wouldn't have figured you for a dolloper.
I didn't say how big the dollop was, but no, it's still a good. I mean, it's a good portion. You want to cover a lot of the pie.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll still put some on there. Don't
Okay,
worry. There is whipped cream on my pumpkin pie. That is full show. At Holy Headshot, have you ever made anything for your gaming hobby? I made a PC desk out of old pallets, and I feel accomplished. And he actually took a picture of it on Twitter, so go check it out. So have you ever
Nice.
made anything for your gaming? I think that's more of a PC thing, isn't it? Like a lot of PCers will set up they have different chairs and different desks and that kind of stuff. But for me, I don't really need anything. I just need my couch
Yeah.
and a TV.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever made anything.
Mm-mm.
I can't think of anything, anyways.
Yeah, I haven't.
I've definitely purchased things where I'm like, oh, this is probably not its intended use, but it works great for holding my controllers or something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But not something where I'm like, all right, busting out the saw and like I'm gonna build a thing. You know, I'm just
Right.
that's not really my repertoire.
And we all know Gabe needs to go easy on the saw for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think he's making anything for his gaming hobby.
Yeah.
His house is his gaming hobby right now.
He's cut off from the DIY.
Yep, exactly. Literally. So So yeah, that's a good one though. We haven't gotten a question
Yeah,
like
I
that.
never.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
At Arctic Warlocks, he's one of my morning buddies, so I appreciate him hopping on. No question, but safe travels, everyone, this Turk weekend special.
Mhm.
And he said a special shout out to Vetstone on helping me plat the division this week.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
that's
they got that
awesome.
done.
I love when our community does that kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
hey, I need help with this, and boom, someone's right in there to help them out. So I love
So
that.
cool.
At that Chowfie, mashed potatoes. Here we go. Mashed potatoes, creamy or lumpy?
Mm,
I like
I
mine creamy.
actually really like both.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, I
like
can-
the lumpy ones. I had mashed potatoes the other day at work, and it had the lumps in it. I was like, oh yeah, this is so great. But man, I just
Either
like
one,
mashed
right?
potatoes.
Yeah, I did
I
too.
can take it
Now,
however
okay.
you want to give it.
yeah.
Ed, go ahead.
I'm the same. Either one, and I don't have a I'm not angry at one or the other. I like
Yeah.
them both equally.
Here's a question. I'll take it a step further. Do you mix your mashed potatoes with other things on your plate? Like, do you kind of make like a mush out of it? Like, if there's corn or beans or something next to it, I kind of take a little bit of each and mush it together.
Oh, right.
I don't
Is that-
do the mixing like on the plate, but what I will do is you take the fork or the spoon, you get the mashed potatoes, and then you dip it in a little bit of everything. So on the fork,
Oh,
going into my
really?
mouth, yeah, it's
there
mixed.
you go.
with
There you go.
stuff,
So it's the
yeah.
same
Interesting.
thing. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. I'll actually mix some of it. It just depends on how much is. It's usually more of like a leftover thing. Like I like saving my mashed potatoes toward the end because it kind of sops up everything like the gravy. Oh,
Right.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Anybody else?
I'm
Oh, I
definitely
am.
hungry. I could eat.
We're gonna eat this week. This is gonna be
Telling
crazy. I love tryptophan. It's a wonderful drug. At dspin67, just a reminder that Thanksgiving is about spending time with family and friends. Yes, I am looking at you, retailers.
Ah,
That's good. Yeah, I'm
Right?
in agreement, man. Let families be together on Thanksgiving, and sales
Oh, yeah.
on Thanksgiving are not as important. And I probably will never go out on Thanksgiving night. I will, if I am going to go shopping, it's going to be Black Friday, as the way God intended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, but yes, thanks for that, D-Spin. And yes, it is about spending time with family and friends. At Haley Zorl, how are you guys enjoying Watch Dogs 2? I'm really enjoying it.
I'm loving it.
Like McDonald's, baby.
yeah.
I think this may be for a long time the most I've gotten invested in a character, and no spoilers, but an event happened, and I was like, no, it was
Oh, nice.
yeah. So it was, and then I caught myself and was like, wow, I'm really into this.
Do you think you're more involved in this character than say in Mafia 3? Because Mafia 3 has a leading protagonist too that I know you gravitated to.
Yeah, it's probably the same. The difference I think in this one is the supporting cast in this one. It's just all really good, and there are a lot of really funny moments. These guys are really good. The timing is
Good.
spot on. So yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
It's
I
been
love
fun.
it when that happens.
yeah.
I think the last time I had an experience similar to what Ed just described with Watch Dogs 2, where I was just like, oh no, like so invested that way, was The Walking Dead Season 1.
Mm.
yeah.
That's the last time, because there's definitely been other games since then that I've played where I got invested, but pleasantly the negative thing didn't happen, or the character I really wanted to, they made it through, so I didn't have
Right.
to have that kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always great when you're playing a game and something like that happens, and then you really becomes very self-aware of, oh my gosh, I'm really invested in this character, this story.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, I did that. I'm really looking forward to getting into Watch Dogs too. I mean, I know the first Watch Dogs got a lot of flack, but I really enjoyed it. There were some aspects of it, like if I didn't like some of like the side trippy stuff missions, then I just didn't do it. But overall, I loved doing all the hacking, and
I did too.
It's just so much fun.
And they really
can't wait.
updated nicely the way you do the hacking in this one. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Good. Oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be great. Final question at Jesus Christ is God. What is your favorite game so far?
Ever?
I guess it means 2016.
I would say, yeah. Let's say for this year, 2016.
Wow.
2016.
I think I'm going Uncharted 4.
Yeah. Man.
Because it was just so good.
I'm probably going to be in agreement on that.
I know that's the easy one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to split them out, and I'm gonna say from a narrative side, yes, absolutely, Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of multiplayer stuff on the multiplayer side, even though I've not played it in a little while, I gotta say Overwatch, because that game, the replay value, and then just how much it came out of left field for me in particular, because I wasn't sure if it was something I was going to like. You know, when you compare it to other shooters, there's not that many maps, there's not that many game modes. The only thing it's really got going for it is the number of characters, you know, compared to other shooters. But it just works so well. It's you can just play it over and over and over. So multiplayer, Overwatch, single player, story driven stuff, Uncharted 4.
To say something that's not Uncharted 4, I'm going to say Quantum Break.
Oh,
I did like that one.
That got a lot of really mixed reviews, but man, it really stuck with me. I really liked it. I thought it was a cool thing they tried.
It seems like so long ago, doesn't it?
It really does. I can't believe it was this year.
I wasn't even thinking it was 2016.
Yeah.
Wow. I know, right? That's crazy. Well, that's it for the questions. Who wants to tackle our question of the week?
This week's question of the week, I think before we had what are you most thankful for? It's Thanksgiving, and so wanted to give a little bit of a spin on that and say, when it comes to games or gaming, what are you most thankful for?
Ooh, I like that.
Nice.
Chris, what do you think? What are you most thankful for in gaming? Probably VR, right?
No, I'm not the most. Honestly, I'm just the most thankful that so many other people still have a great passion for it. One, because it lets us do something like this podcast, when bringing this community together where we can all chat about games. But also that there's still people like the gaming industry, from everything that you hear, it's a tough industry to be in. It's tough to be a developer. It's tough to be a community manager. It's tough to be all these different things.
It's
very competitive. And so, but there's so many people that still have such a passion for it. It seems like every day you're hearing some new name, some new developer that's making some really cool thing. And so despite all of the negative or all the things going against you, so many people are so passionate that they're still doing it. And I just love that the passion exists in gaming still. And it looks like it's as strong as ever, really.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm most thankful for, that there's others out there like me that enjoy it as much as I do.
Yeah, I'm going to have to piggyback on that too. Like, I think I'm thankful for the creativity and the forethought that I think a lot of these people who are up and comers have. They have these great consoles available, great PCs available. The technology is there, and the beauty of it is what they do with it. And there's always, you know, a startup company that can kind of comes and can flip the script and can be really innovative. And I love that people are thinking outside the box and pushing the envelopes in an industry that's very cutthroat, that's very competitive and very fast paced, because the turnarounds for these games, you know, continues to be really, really fast. That, you know, there's still amazing quality, and there's amazing minds out there that are making games, and that's the most exciting thing, and that's the thing I'm most thankful for.
You know, and when you said the word creativity, Tim, that's exactly where I was going. Just the fact that, you know, another one of my favorite games this year was Unravel, and it's, you know, it took the side scroller and really just put emotion into it and feeling, and I just love the way that they, like you said, think outside the box, and, you know, just stuff that I never would have imagined in my life, and to be able to play it and interact with it, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's great.
So yeah, we'll post that question up. Definitely let us know this week as you're eating turkey and getting a tryptophan-induced coma and watching some football, minus Ed watching football. But that's
Watch
it.
some
He'll
for
be
me.
playing Watch Dogs too.
There you go.
That's right. He'll be
Chris,
playing
you
Watch
know me
Dogs too.
so well.
I know, it's awesome. We're gonna see like how many like part 60 through 100 this week because Ed's gonna be. That's all he's gonna be doing this weekend.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, Gabe, we're thinking of you and Jenny and
Yeah,
the family
man.
and praying for you.
Absolutely.
By next week,
Come on,
we
baby,
will,
Patillo.
we will have a +1 player to the
Yeah, we will.
MTTG family, and it's going to be really exciting. And that's it. Is it 219 is in the books?
Wow.
There we go.
I'm Tim Router. Gabe is in a hospital somewhere. Gabe Patillo. Ed Placencia is over there.
Hi.
Chris McCracken is over there. And
Yay.
we are married to the games. And we're up at this thing.
What? Oh, the turkey. I just thought it was a random noise.
I was like, I can't
I was
do
like, oh wait, that's a turkey.
it. Stay with us, Ed. Stay with us.
I thought it was like a Finding Dory bubble thing or something.
Or the going back in time like a
Yeah, Wayne's
flashback.
World. That's a turkey in a time machine.